He's just a little guy.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Kytheon, Hero of Akros. Kytheon is a white weenies card. He's a 2/1 soldier that can be made indestructible, and if you attack with him and 2 other creatures, he transforms into Gideon Battleforged, but only if he survives combat. Gideon Battleforged is then able to go to creatures saying, you have to attack me. He can untap a creature and make it indestructible, or he can turn into a 4/4 soldier that's able to swing in, block, do whatever he needs to do because he's indestructible and doesn't take any damage. This is a great excuse to run lots of humans and lots of soldiers because he is a human soldier, so anything that's good for those is good for this. This deck, you might notice a good number of 1-drops, but a whole lot more 2 and 3-drops. That's because on turn 1, we always have something to do. We can play Kytheon, and then we have Kytheon in play, a 2/1. We have damage. Then we follow up with our various good stuff in white, mostly humans and a little bit of human synergy. And then at turn 3, we have things that buff up the board, tutor for creatures, or go super wide like Adeline. We also were running a couple of different anthem effects like Patchwork Banner naming human, Banalish Marshal, and some creatures that buff each other while they're in play. Because we are a white weenies deck, we also need to keep ourselves alive, and we can do that by negating board wipes. There's a couple cards in this deck that make your creatures indestructible, phase them out, and we can slow our opponents down by destroying their high-powered creatures, though some of our creatures can also become high power. This backside, you can make one of your own creatures indestructible, and then destroy all the large creatures in play with Battle of Bywater or Elspeth, Sun's Champion. Or if you need another classic mono-white finisher, Elish Norn Grand Cenobite, to give all your creatures +2/+2, and all of your opponent's creatures -2/-2. So let's take Kytheon into the queue and start going wide with our white weenies. The Scarab God. We're going to be playing creatures that get killed and reanimated. They could also be running some extra zombie synergy because he makes zombies. I think it's best to start with Esper Sentinel over Kytheon because we want to be playing some taxes against what I assume is going to be very control heavy. Ocelot Pride helps me go wide, but the Tithe Taker takes those tithes, makes them pay an extra 1 if they want to cast stuff or do stuff on my turn. I have a feeling it's going to be like hard control. That is why I'm laying things out as I am right now. We got our Kytheon, we got our Kytheon. Dealing 2. Oh, a Chrome Host Seed Shark. That's a fun one. I can definitely just sacrifice an attacker here, swinging with everything. Or I could use Boromir to make all of them indestructible, since if I were them, I'd be blocking this cat. Meow. Flipping the Kytheon. I'm going to play Thalia. Other Thalia. I know there's a lot of Thalias. And I guess I will force the Seed Shark to attack Gideon, just so it's tapped and can't block. I'm a little worried about them making a clone of Ocelot Pride, because it itself is a token in that case, and can copy itself. Ooh, Solitude should be nice. I turn Gideon into a dude. Oh, is this getting countered? Were they considering countering it? Swinging in with all of these. Swinging in with all of these. Okay, sink into stupor on, it looks like Gideon. Do you pay the 1? You do not. They already had to pay an extra here. Back in hand. And also back into costing 1 mana. I kind of like going Mural, just knowing what their deck is. Not only am I taxing them, I'm also going to exile my own commander because he costs 1 mana. What's the most it could cost, Michael? 3 mana now? Is it Thalia and not Talia? I'm not the person to ask. I'm not good at pronounce thing. They said, okay, so they tried to pay 3 mana there for it to come in untapped, but Thalia said no and did that. I'm going to play the Sigardian Evangel. They can't activate this incubator. It doesn't matter. I want 2 more guys. Swing in. Yeah, are you soldiers? No, you're not. But these are soldiers. I forgot they wouldn't be able to activate that. Doesn't matter. Get there. GG. Sorin of House Markov is a life gain commander, and I have no colored mana in this hand, which is not great. Ah, a 1-land hand. You know what? I'm on the draw and I have a 1 mana commander. I believe. Hi. By the way, don't do what I do. It's not smart. I'm just a being of exceptional chaos. Hi, Sorin. Nice Mox Amber. I got an extra mana now. Ha! See? Told you I'd get a land. I'm just gonna kill him so they don't have access to the Mox Amber to start. Playing the Luminarch Aspirant would get me some big blocking power. Surely I draw X, Y, and Z. Yeah, of course I will. Also little! That's a lot of problem. What are you getting? +1/+1. Ilkor in the trash? Ilkor in the trash. I could get a first striker of my very own. This Thalia here. Ranger Captain of Eos is pretty nice. And Adeline would be currently big enough to block. I actually just really like this Thalia. So I'm going to pop her into play. This is the lands tapped and creatures tapped. Amber will be the color of their energy once they play a legendary creature or planeswalker. Heartless. Utterly heartless. They killed her. And they deal 2 damage to me, gaining 2 life and getting kitty cats. Meow. Do you have the City's Blessing? No. Okay. See? Good. I'll play Mural. Mural prevents them from doing stuff on my turn. Other than, like, blocking. The City's Blessing is now active. Also, Mural cares about the number of soldiers I have. 2. I believe that some of these are also soldiers. Nope. Oh, this one is. Human Soldier Ranger. Call of the Ring. Oh, they can get those ring tank potatoes. Take 4. Luminarch Aspirant. In the case of the Gateway Express. Another card that cares about attacking with 3 creatures. Works great with Kytheon. I'll put a counter onto Kytheon, and then swing with both Mural and my commander. They'll be able to reanimate things, though, because they have Lurrus as a companion. You don't like the ring Tempsio? It's weird. It has this whole tracking thing to it, but I like Call of the Ring as a card. I especially like it in decks that care about Tempted by the Ring, like Smeagol. Aww. This cat got tempted by the ring. If they'd like to, they could destroy Case of the Gateway Express. Hi, Sorin. Hey, they're gaining 3 life. They also paid the extort cost, so I think they've gained 4 this turn. So this will flip over, and they can minus to kill Mural. They could minus to kill Kytheon. I think Mural is the best choice. I'll use the Evangel for some tapping. And just get an extra one. You know what? I'm gonna tap your Sorin. Because I think it's funny. Put an extra counter onto the Luminarch Aspirant. Swing you here and you both here. We've solved the case of the Gateway Express. Yeah, there's no drawback to being tempted by the ring. At least you pay 2 life on this. And I'm going to force the Westfold Rider to attack. They could sacrifice it instead of attacking into the Evangel to destroy the case. Case closed. Case closed. Hi, Luris. Welcome back. Ooh, ya grabbing. They also get a loot on attack. Yeah, we beat some people up on a train. We solved the riddle. So since they can just bring this back, they're very chill about just let it die. And I feel that. I could technically make one of my creatures indestructible and then, like, blast them. It's not really what I'm feeling, though. Kind of feeling Luris has to attack. Sadly, they have life linkers, so I don't really like Adeline here. I'll go Ranger Captain Eos. Yes, please. Find myself, Micaius, Esper Sentinel, Banalish Night Counselor, or Guide of Souls. Micaius. I'll play him for 1. And I'm gonna swing in with these 2. Letting me take them to 1. Okay. Not like they can't gain life. They're a life gain deck. Unfortunately, I can't block Sorin. The Case of the Uneaten Feast. If they pay the extort, that's 1 life gain. Nope. They just want this to be a life gain piece. So now whenever a creature enters under their control, they will gain a life. Westfold Rider is what they're playing from the graveyard using Luris. That'll gain them 1 life off the case. They're not paying for the extorts, which makes me think that they have exactly the amount of mana and life to do whatever they're trying to do. Feast plus Luris is a problem. Yeah, because it allows them to continuously recast from the graveyard, even if I kill Luris, which is going to be part of what they want to do. You'd like to see my version of this deck? I think it would be fun to build. Not extorting. Sorin will flip. I don't mind me. Said don't mind me. Why'd you leave open 2 mana? I get not using this one. Bitter Triumph? Oh. Okay. I was going to sacrifice this before the damage was dealt. And then next turn, destroy these creatures, use Gideon as a creature and attack in for lethal. But yeah, that works too. They killed themselves. GG, Soren. Loot Exuberant Explorer, a mono-green ramp deck that's got a commander that lets you play extra lands and then tap to cheat things into play. You look at the top cards of your library, and if you find the goods, you get to just toss them into play. Any creature that has a mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Delighted Halfling, that is some good turn 1 ramp. Which means it needs to die. I've got choices on how to kill it here. I'm just going to Swords to Plowshares. I would have loved to play Prairie Survivalist here, since the longer it's out, the more value I get from it. But it's just, you know... Turn 1 Halfling equals turn 2 loot equals playing extra lands. There's a lot they can do. I built a loot deck, and it can go off. Rampant Growth. Okay, getting a base again. I could go Herald's Horn, so I can double spell next turn. I could also just play Delny for some pretty good attacks, like Horn. Human. If I can get Delny out and Prairie Survivalist will actually trigger an additional time until we make it too big, but I don't ever have to target it with itself. I could only target Kytheon. Is it loot time? They've played 1 land. They could also just destroy my Herald's Horn since they're in green, and that's a thing they can do. Oracle of Moldiah. Nope, they want to play extra lands from the top. Platinum Angel? Okay, they're shuffling away the Platinum Angel. There's a fetch land on top. Yeah, I got a dude. I got a Captain Eberhart. And also a Patchwork Banner. I don't need the banner this turn. I'm just gonna throw down all these nerds. Oh, I should have left this in hand so I would be able to buff it again. I can buff the Solitude. That's fine too. Say nice. Hey, you want to trade? No? Okay. How does Perpetual Power work with Flip Gideon? I don't know if giving this Perpetual Power would apply to the you turn it into a 4/4. I don't know if it would, but transforming cards, it does work with. Like if you gave Tovalor, as an example, the buff, the backside would also get the buff. The Ape can't block, but it will be able to destroy my Herald's Horn soon. I think I'll just get rid of it. Yeah. 1 for you. And 1 for Eberhart. Swinging in with all of these. We can find out. I certainly could. Kytheon triggers twice because Delny is silly. They're just out here doing this. And I think the right move for me is going to be saying, Oracle of Moldiah, you need to attack. And you certainly can attack into my Solitude, my 5/2 here. Next turn, I'm more likely to activate this 0 ability. And they're conceding. We know they have a Birds of Paradise loot, and then on top of their deck, Craterhoof Behemoth. Decidedly not a land. GG loot. Rocco Cabaretti Caterer. This is the tutoring Rocco. You pay X mana and you get a creature of X cost. If this were a paper deck, it'd be more of a food chain combo. But in Arena, this is usually a bit of a toolbox commander. You can get whatever you need out of your deck, whether it's a big finisher, as long as you got the mana for it, or maybe something to destroy artifacts or enchantments, or anything along the lines of that. It's just a good card. And they're here to, I guess, do some ramping and do some tutoring. Oh, hi, Boromir. Got it. No free spells. Don't worry. I don't think I have those. I'm trying to think if I have any free spells. Okay, yes, Solitude. If I evoke it, is a free spell. Buxton! Oh, I love Big Bucks Buxton. Sky Knight Squire. Kind of sad it's not a human. I think somebody here needs a knife. It's me. I need a knife. Nice. Or knives. Yeah, we have a lot of humans and soldiers in the deck. This is both a human and a soldier. So are you. Birthing ritual. Okay, so they're going to have the choice to pod. They can choose to sacrifice something here if they have something in the top 7 of their deck. I feel like this is an easy thing to sacrifice if they had anything. Or, yeah, ropeline attendant. See, that's perfect. Something in their hand is getting Make Citizens. Hooray for Make Citizen. Bring out the Mutavault. Use Thalia's Lieutenant. Who wants the stick? You want the stick. Don't give him the stick. Could attack. Or I could do big tappies. I want big tappies. Didn't get Boromir'd. No. Because I tapped a land. You used Mutavault for mana. Which, by the way, I don't need to do Knight Errant of Eos for X equals 5. Like, convoking 5 in this deck, because I don't have other 5-drops. Whoa, okay, they're swinging in. Boromir. Yeah, Boromir. Hi, cute though. This is the only thing that's been buffed. So it's the only thing that would trigger for Kytheon, and they get to draw. I can't stop that one anyway, because it's flying. Also, I can't cast spells on their turn. Nice Citizen from the Kitizen. Fanatic Aronis is silly. Oh, what are they getting? Kytheon just turned into Tajik Legion's Vower. Oh, this is scary and destructible. I don't want to swing with a lot of stuff. Let me in. Everybody in. I can flip Kytheon. In fact, I have to. It's not a May. Flip. Flop. Hi, Gideon. And I'll bop the birthing ritual. And get a sword. Good sword. Put this onto Loran. And I will say, Buxton, you must attack Gideon. Skyclave Apparition. Or they could just, like, exile it. Oh, they're exiling my Thalia's Lieutenant because it keeps getting bigger. Big Squire. I wonder if the Squire is going for Gideon. They're all going for Gideon? All right. I accept this. Mutavault. Considering putting swords on things. Siege Veteran. More swords. Metallic Mimic, you get a sword. And I'm swinging in with all of this, I guess. Sure, why not? Just ignore how much they've got going on. Gideon doing Gideon stuff. Oh yeah, Gideon's doing Gideon stuff. I got a tutu! Yippee! People get very angry at Planeswalkers. Uh-oh, that's an Aerois. These all get Menace. And also, I can't hurt them when they're attacking. I've been considering making an Aerois deck, too. Sweet mother of text. Okay, At most, I can prevent 3 damage. But I don't need to prevent damage. Right? 12. No, I'm just dead. No, there's no way for me to survive because of the 12 in the air. No blocks. No matter what I do, I can't prevent enough. Aerois seals the deal. GG, Rocco. I don't think Rocco ever got cast, right? GG anyway. It was not your good stuff. Tatiova, Benthic, Druid, Landfall, draw a card, gain a life. I've got Kytheon. I've got Flowering of the White Tree to make him huge and all my other creatures huge. Also protect him. Seems like a good start for me. Voids of Paradise. I don't think they would block, so no need to hold up Razorgrass Ambush as we swing in for 4. They're going to be rampant. They're going to be putting lands into play. They're going to be drawing cards, probably taking extra turns, countering stuff. You know, green things. Tatiova's eyeing my Kytheon. Don't worry, he's not that much of a threat. He's a little bit of a threat. He is on the beats. You sure are holding up 2 mana, both of which are blue. I'll swing in with Kytheon. Do they want to put it back in my hand or something? No, they're besieging my flowering. Okay, sure. Like, rip to my sweet buffins? But hello, mana. Used the Ranger Captain of Eos, grabbed myself a fancy little 1-drop. And I don't know, something about this situation says Esper Sentinel to me. We will ask. Do you pay the 1? It was tree-on-tree violence. Oh no, the big city tree versus the little Lord of the Rings tree. Invasion of Zendikar gets them 2 more lands, but it also draws me a card. I got Delny for the double triggers and the difficult to block. Nice Iganjo. I'll just swing in here. Yeah, with all 3. To get the Kytheon to Flippian. Nope. Nope.
Virtue will always triumph.
And this is not actually that, like, big. But I'm saying you have to tap your Birds of Paradise pre-combat, or it has to attack Gideon. And I wonder why I would possibly be trying to get that bird to attack. Is this Gideon deck? No, so Oops All Gideons is a really annoying deck that's usually running a lot of Indestructible and board wipes. This is not that. Bird smash. Yeah, bird smash. Tweet, tweet, come over here. Do you pay the 1, and then do you pay the 1 again? Asking for a friend, the friend is me. They paid the 1 on the first one, but not on the second one. Cool land, they draw a card, gain a life. Tatiova, you have to attack Gideon. You have to. It's the rules. Also, you can't block most of my little weenies here, which I happen to like. Trying to decide if I want to go with the Knight Errant this turn. Don't mind me just tapping stuff. Just tapping crap. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'll take Ossolittle and Adeline. And swing for 3 here. Kytheon will have to attack, and she'll attack into that Knight Errant. Yeah, Oops All Gideon, with this Gideon as a commander, because you can have this as a commander in actual commander, is something I've played up against. My friend Andrew had that deck, and I think the nicest way to put it is that the deck is a prison, and it is very frustrating. So now they can tap the Tatiova so it doesn't have to attack. We are definitely friends. He's going to be my +1 at MagicCon Vegas. Oh, did you not tap your Tatiova for mana before combat? Sorry, not MagicCon Vegas, MagicCon Chicago. Last night I got the little thing that's like, confirmed for Chicago. You get an extra ticket for your friend. And I was like, oh, well, he let me stay on his sofa last year at Chicago. And oops-a-doops. Wait, it might be okay. Something could be happening here. Maybe they're bopping this back into my hand? Do you pay the 1 and then do you pay the 1 again? They do not. And they continue to not. My guess is they just weren't thinking as they passed into combat. Field of Ruin on Mutavault. Gets me a white mana. I'll take it. Boop. Okay, cool. Get my Gideon a-going.
My oath remains unbroken.
I think Adeline seems fun here. And everybody in. Trying to get as many triggers out of Tatiova before she died. I mean, they got a lot of stuff in hand. Ugh, it's a shame I can't kill them with these two. I have 7 damage between those. Oh, wait. They just take lethal damage? Even better. Love that. GG, Tatiova. Looks like everybody's going wide. But this time, they're going wide with kitty cats. Humans and their pets. I've got Kytheon on 1. Couple different choices for 2. And then if I get another land, we got some good stuff for 3. Looking forward to it. So Arabo, let's jam. I like my Arabo deck. Find it's really fun to play. Kytheon on turn 1. You play Cat, Swords to Plowshares, Fragment Reality, it turns into nothing. Darn. Lean and Light Scribe. Surprisingly, a really, really good cat in this deck. Arabo gives all the cats +1/+1, and they come with a token. Assume swinging in. Yep, with that. Sunblessed Healer. And killing Arabo. Boop. Myself a handy dandy flying counter. Makes it a lot harder for them to deal with, since most cats can't fly. Most. There is a cat with flying. It's white. I think it might be a cat knight or a cat soldier. And it is, in fact, flying. Swords to Plowshares on the Reluctant Role Model. Wow. Okay. And then a Get Lost. Good way to get some good kitty cat damage in. Adeline, you'd be a lot more fun if you could attack this turn. You can't. I'm going to go for Siege Veteran since you grow yourself. Oop. I could have also gone for a Peacekeeper to make it so they couldn't play Arabo again. Or less likely that they could play Arabo again. I will block the 1/1 cat. Claws out I was not expecting. That's on me. Maybe I should have checked out what was in their hand. Anointed Peacekeeper. They've got a War Leader and a Sanctifier. I will just name Arabo the First Fang. This can't attack right away. Enduring Innocence. It's card draw. Some sustain could be good. Can't attack right away, and I have removal. Ooh, Sky Knight Squire gets flying. Leonin Sanctifier will give this lifelink. There's also a cat from Jumpstart that has flying. Is that not the one I was thinking of? I don't know if there's multiple. A land. Adeline. Wonder if they'd be willing to trade 2 for 1. Let's find out. Gets them closer to being able to replay Arabo. Cool. I'm just happy to take out that Light Scribe. Adeline can hold the line. Lean in, War Leader. This gets a counter. 1 more, I think, and it starts to fly. Okay. Change their mind. The kitten removed. Nice! Flowering of the White Tree and a Sacred Cat. That's a really good buff. And now this flies, swinging for 5. Heck yeah. Well, for them. Not so good for me. I will have to use my removal on Sky Knight Squire over the Flowering of the White Tree, but this will be able to destroy it in the future. I will swing in here with Adeline and not the Enduring Innocence. They gain life. Just need that fancy little card draw. Not waiting. We can play all this. Thalia for the tappies. Yeah, Thalia for things to come in tapped. Probably should have played the Bounty Agent first, though, just to, like, get a little more. They're drawing. Probably looking for lands, because that Arbo is still uncastable while I sit here at 4 life. Ooh, Bloodline Pretender. Straight into garbage. Looking for land number 5. I assume their deck is super land lean like mine. Hey. I mean, meow. I'm going to trade these 2 for the Sacred Cat. Because I really want to keep the Bounty Agent alive. Meow. Such a good little cat. So good. Don't double block. Okay. Firing if the white tree gets blasted. Meow, meow. Now I am the cat deck. I am the one who meows. Now they got cats. They got cats. This is a token, so it won't trigger Arabo, but it will still grow. I am the one who meows. Meow. Two, 3. Leafing back the also little, even though it has that first strike. I guess I'll make Kytheon indestructible. And I will say, you there, Arabo, you must attack me. Arabo, come at me, bro. King of the Pride, given a nice buff there. Adeline still bests you in combat. Oh, everyone's swinging at Gideon. Okay. I want to make sure he dies, or I'd have to give up these. Move my commander to the command zone. Yep. Oh, I could curse him. Ranger Captain. Grabbing a little dude. Which little dude? This little dude. I'm just swinging with everything. And I think this also little's gonna get a lot of stuff. I feel like just bolting that in. No. We got enough. Yeah, I am the cat who meows. Welcoming Vampire. Hey, you're in my deck too! It's great with the weenies. Swinging with everything. Is Enduring Innocence doing great? Yeah, Enduring Innocence and Welcoming Vampire in these weenie decks is so good. GG, Arabo. The first Fang. Bonnie Pole Clear Cutter. This is going to be Simic Ramp, ramping into a lady and a big cow. I do have a bunch of different 1-drop things I can play while I wait for Bonnie to come out. And they go first. So I could draw a land here. I have 3 different 1-cost things. I also have Norn in hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, I like this. I have a turn 1 Kytheon, turn 2 Flowering. And they had turn 1 Ramp. That's where I would have used that. Fragment. Always bolt the bird, or fragment the elf. They explore. Got some lands. Which one? You can play 2 this turn. An island and a... Ooh, fetch land. And they're fetching. What do you fetch? Oh, I don't love that. Kellen. Lets them play an additional land this turn. Another fetch. Okay, yeah, getting kind of scared here. Flowering of the White Tree. Try to get out a nice legendary enchantment so I can swing in for a bit more damage. Also protect Kytheon and my other legends. Flooded Strand, maybe grabbing the Surveil land here. Yep. And whenever they attack in with a creature with Bonnie Paul in play, they'll also be getting lands back from graveyard into play and drawing cards. That works great with evasive cards like Kellen. Gives them a good, easy way to attack. Alright, I can only use one of these. Adelin's going to be the most additional damage. Delny won't do much here because of the buff. And Elite Spellbinder lets me look at what's in their hand, slow it down a bit. I think Adelin's what I want. She's the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And since they blocked with Kellen, I have 2 Legends out. This also would have worked if I had Delny. But I don't think they would have blocked. One of the most ramp hands of all time. Yeah, my opponent has thrown down serious amounts of ramp here. I could definitely go for the Kytheon flip, but I don't actually think that's that helpful. I think Elite Spellbinder's where it's at. Show me your secrets. Coma, Memory Lapse, Bristly Bill. I'm gonna tax the Coma. And then the Memory Lapse. If I swing with Adelin and the human token and the Kytheon, I don't know if they'll trade with Adelin. Yeah, I don't think I want to swing in here. They're cracking a clue. They have enough for that memory lapse. Here comes Billiam, followed by a land. They get a counter onto one of their creatures. Looks like it's Bonnie. Bonnie, who's quite good at blocking. She has reach. And then does the cow swing in? No, just Llanowar Elf swinging in to get the draw, to get the fetch back from the graveyard for more Bristly Bills. I will block with Adelin. Nice Nykthos. Isn't like a need for it, but I don't know if they have a taxing counterspell. No, they don't. Great. Adelin at face. Oh, I meant to make Kytheon indestructible there. That's my bad. So now I won't be swinging. Well, actually, I still have enough mana. Yeah, all right, I'm still swinging with them. Oh, did you only go at face? Whoops. That's fine. Won't be enough to flip it. An indestructible Kytheon. Besejoing the flowering, so this no longer kills you. Also just getting in way less damage overall. Poor Adelin. Dead and damned. Kytheon Kaflippies. And I think I will make Elite Spellbinder Delny indestructible. Elite Spellbinder's indestructible.
Here we go.
They killed their cow by fetching. State-based. They had damage marked on it and they reduced the number of lands they had. They have enough mana to double the counters. But the good news is all that damage went to Gideon and not anything else.
We still have a chance.
This fetch murder. This fetch murder. So, fetch. Using the Windswept Heath to grab another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cityscape Leveler. You get to destroy any of these and turn it into a Power Stone. Power Stone. A wee Kytheon. I'll sacrifice one. To get a counter on the other. Chunk. Kytheon can still be made indestructible. With this, but like also this and that and that and this. They have a ton of damage if they need it. Tireless Tracker gets them more card advantage. They only have 4 mana until they swing in. Then they'll be getting another land back, which gets them more of this, which gets them more of that. Alright, so they're gonna blast the Light Shield Array. I will give these indestructible. Oh, wait. I meant to make the token first. That's fine. I'll prevent 1 damage instead of 2. Kytheon, save me! Boop. I get minorly saved. They have that memory lapse being held up. They have something that will kill you. Then that will kill you. Flipping over Kytheon really doesn't do much for me here. So I pass the turn, and I think I've just lost here. Once the big ramp deck stabilizes, since white doesn't have that much face damage, probably just gone. We're not red decks. We can't whip out a Bane Fire and finish up the game. No, we can just watch them attack me for tons of damage and make my commander, my 2/1 commander, indestructible. GG, Bonnie. Brawl, Crackling Wit. I sure do have things that cost 1 mana in this hand, and Knight of White Orchid probably gonna trigger if I don't draw anything else. This is gonna be a weird keep, but I do think it's a keep. We have a 1 mana commander, we have 1 mana removal, and I have a 1 mana counter spell. And since we're on the play, 1 is fun. I feel like Crackling Wit for Oathbreaker. Ooh. I Kytheon. Oh, look at that! A land. I'll swing for oh, nope, they're putting it back in hand. Okay. Yeah, I won't counter that. I'll just replay it. Behold, once again, Kytheon! I was gonna play Nicaeus otherwise. It was a perfect keep. No! Stop trying to bot my commander. Make my Kytheon grow! I'll also make my Welcoming Vampire grow. Get him for 3. 3 mana now. The Symmetry Sage. They cast spells, and it goes weep wop. That's what it sounds like. Yes, please. Look at that! See, I got lands. Prairie Survivalist, buff yourself and buff Annalish Marshall. Swinging in. Buffed Sage. Alright, so they wanted to make this big for blocks. I turned it into nothing. They kill my commander. I accept this. No, I want my perpetual effects. I want a Kytheon to have an additional power that's fun. You want to play Brawl and make an otter?
Oh, yeah, otter.
Yeah, this Brawl, I didn't even say what he does. He spits out otters with prowess. Ta-da! An otter with prowess. That means they get bigger when they cast non-critter spells. Trying to decide if I want to go for the old tap and slap here. Or just a regular slap. Let's go for regular slaps. I'll use a buff on the Prairie Survivalist and the Welcoming Vampire again. Swing both of these at Brawl to encourage a block with this Otter token. Yeah, Brawl gives everything Storm if you manage to get it to ult, and it's not too hard to get it to ult since casting any non-creature spell gives it loyalty. I think the thing I'm like most afraid of from their deck is the go wide interactions. The things that are like board wipes, cyclonic rifts, all of that.
You get to be my protege today.
You're at 3 loyalty. Prairie Survivalist getting the buff and giving a buff to Welcoming Vampire. Swinging you here and both of you at face. I didn't cast anything first in case they had something to trigger the prowess. That would have caused me some trouble. Serum Snare. That will put this back in hand. And also Proliferate Roll. Loads of loyalty for the man. Gonna bring out the Prairie Survivalist, and with my last 2 mana, play Mikaeus for 1. You'll have some Boromir. Me too. Something about stopping free spells is really good in this format.
Otter to otter.
More otters! Ugh, and there's the board wipe I was afraid of. They even keep Brawl alive through the damage on him, because he's just that good. 2 Evangels, just Kytheon. I think it's time for a very chunky Welcoming Vampire. He had the wit to survive it. More like he had a big chunky loyalty. Please, no more removal. Like to try to draw a card? Card draw is go. Card draw is yes. Go to combat. Swinging the Welcoming Vampire at roll, as much as I'd love to do 5 to face. This little guy needs to be kept in check, and that's not going to do it. That's going to put it back into my hand. Oh, gosh. Okay. Thalia this time. If an otter gets chunky enough, he's just a bear. Declan, you are so right.
I hope you've got bottled lightning.
Lorraine revealed, draws them cards. Yeah, it stinks when you're just like, is it Planeswalker Tunnel Vision? Or am I right to be relentlessly attacking the Planeswalker? In this case, I feel I'm right. I gotta get rid of that thing. Hi. At least I don't have to worry about spells on this particular turn. I actually like going to Guardian Evangel. Tap. The Guardian Evangel. Tap. Swinging both of these at roll. And I'm going to use this, because I don't think they're going to have many creatures, to get rid of one of these otters. Rebuilding my board, getting as wide as I can. Reducing Rawl's loyalty. Again, I'm going to give this flying.
Together we can shift the current.
Flux Channeler gives them additional proliferates on top of Brawl just getting more loyalty. They have 5 mana up. Ooh, a quick study. This is an instant speed divination, so they draw 2, trigger those prowesses, and what you gonna get? More auras. Welcoming Vampire. And a Kytheon. You already guessed what's happening here. A bunch of stuff's going to attack Brawl. In fact, I'm thinking only 3 things attacking Brawl, actually. Nah, everybody. Keeping the Thalia alive, sure, that's good. Killing Brawl? It would be nice. I think they'll, they might double block on Thalia. I don't think they're gonna keep Brawl alive. They can play him again. But wait. They are going to keep him alive.
Careful.
Give you a little +1/+1 counter. Will be board wipe number 2. It'd be really nice to have him gone. Why'd you shock that in?
Aha! A solution!
They discarded a sorcery, which means they get 2 other sorceries. Oh no, 2 other non-sorceries. Fun thing about Anguished Recollection, if you play it with an empty hand, you just do nothing because you have no cards to discard. We love cards that do nothing. Hey, Brawl. Another order.
You get to be my protege today.
Everybody again. Kytheon indestructible.
You ought to knock that off.
Brawl survives. At least now I can turn you into a big chunky 4/4. Get another +1/+1 counter. I am going to untap Thalia and make her indestructible, and then I am going to play Eberhard over Boromir. Free spells they may have, but I think they're way more likely to have card draw, like Brawl's minus ability, into casting a bunch of stuff. Storm kind of cards. And Eberhard will make those cost more. Okay, whenever you cast a spell, proliferate. Yeah. That sounds right. Great news, though. I can kill Brawl. Finally. I'm out for blood. Everybody in.
I blame it on the jam.
Keep getting more counters. Here comes Boromir. It's utter madness. Yeah, maybe they should start proliferating my Gideon. Finish them? I'm working on it. That would have been easier if I had just gotten, like, Planeswalker removal spells. They proliferate. There's nothing to proliferate.
Out of my way. Muscular on a mission.
They draw 3. Remember, the Eberhardt's gonna make those newly drawn spells cost more this turn. Also, Thalia's doing that stuff because they're probably non-creatures. They played a creature this game, 1. Flux Channeler. I don't think they played any others because why would they? They're a spells deck. I guess some of them, like a Goblin Electromancer, are pretty good since it discounts their spells so they can cast even more of them. A Scorching Shot on Reluctant Role Model. I'm going to let that hit. And then I'm going to move those counters onto Captain Eberhardt. I now have a double striker that's doing so much damage. Come here, buddies. I ignore Raw. It faces the place. Good game. I can even destroy your inexorable tide. Sweet. GG, roll. Targnar, Demon Fang, Knoll. I think that this one gives you a buff if you attack with 6 or more power of creatures. Also gives you a way to buff your creature's power. I have a turn 1 and a turn 2, and that's all I need. Yup, gives you a buff based on the power you've already attacked with. Nice, and you can double its power and toughness. That's cool. Seems like it's an aggressive commander. It's good for 2. And they sure did not play anything on turn 1. I'll play this Captain Eberhart and swing in for 2. Targnar is really fun to say. It's one of those Dungeons and Dragons. Knolls. Targnar. I'm surprised there wasn't a bolt there. But, like, I'll take it. Sunblessed Healer. And I guess I'll just offer them a trade here. I could have removed that, but I feel like they'll play something better than Targnar in the next few turns. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, let's see what you got in hand. Anointed Peacekeeper. Keeping the peace, we see Ashaya, Karn, Decimate, Halana, and Elena. Halana and Elena are definitely the scariest of those. Ashaya, we can just kill with Patriarch's Humiliation. So I will say Halana and Elena. Partners cost 2 more to cast. Or use the abilities of, if they're activated, but they're not. They're just 2 women who make other people get big and get fast. Targnar, welcome back. I will name Human. I really don't need to flip Kytheon in this game. That's not what I feel I need to be doing. Hi, Ashaya. As I mentioned before, removing her ability removes her ability to stay alive. So she dies. That's Invasion of Gobakan. We play this, I think, first. Buff. Oh, no, actually, Invasion of Gobakan would be good. And then Kytheon. Yeah, GG, though. Marchesa, Dealer of Death. This Marchesa is going to be getting them lots of cards in hand whenever they commit crimes and pay 1 mana. It's a commit a crime commander, though usually it's just Grixis control, because incidentally, you're committing crimes like that. That's a crime. You see what you did right there? That was a crime. Now, normally I like to play Kytheon on my turn 1, but you might have noticed I have Guide of Souls, a fine human, and Ocelot Pride here. And those 2 together are just a lot of nasty business. We gain a life, we get a cat. Meow. Agent of Rafine able to tap to steal from me, a great crime, a low cost. Essentially stealing the top card of my deck for 2 mana. It wouldn't cost 2 mana to take a card out of your own deck. Why does it only cost 2 for you? Wow, did they not get a 3rd land? Huh. That's like kind of worrisome. I curse your Marchesa. Right, like that's weird, right? Ew, Brawl? Yeah, I know. We can make our kitten fly next turn. Well, it's counter spells, kill spells, discard spells, that card spells. I will drop Emeria's Call and Witch Enchanter. I do not want them to even have a chance of getting a land off me. If you kept a 2-lander with Brawl and a Mox Amber, me and my weenies. Anoint you with punishment. Loran, destroy that Amber. Or maybe get countered. I don't know yet. It's Brawl. They have a discount on us spells. Swamp. Okay. 3 steps ahead. They're just countering it. So I have the choice of make big cat or go for the flip. I'm just going to convoke out Knight Errant of Eos. Still gets me all the kittens. Ooh, Delnian Abolisher. Abolisher is the big one for me here. Abolisher says, oh, nice counter spells you have there. Sure would be a shame if you couldn't play them. They steal a card from my deck. You'll get for lands. Mind Spike! Ah, and you lose 2 life. They're all creatures on a White Weenies deck. Out of here, Marchesa. Their name is I like to lose, so I guess they're happy about this. A good outcome for everyone. Tameo, Collector of Tales. This is a Turbo Fog deck, meaning it's going to be recurring extra turn spells and fog spells to prevent me from dealing damage to them while they find their win cons. I have turn 1 and I have turn 2, and I can add up a lot of damage, but that damage will be negated. Ideally, I would have a hand that has some taxes in it to try and slow down the Tameo deck, but it's hard to guarantee getting that, and I think having just a good curve is good enough for me. Tommy Bamboo Grove's a little bit of ramp. Also a good thing to trade into my critters. Prairie Survivalist. Bring this out. And I will buff you and the Sunblessed Healer. Not going to attack in yet, though I may end up attacking just to reanimate the card with Sunblessed Healer. Rampant growth. They're ramping. Yeah, recently they gave us another recurable extra turn spell, which certainly does not help. I like Fragment Reality. Turn this into something that costs 0. Which they don't have in their deck. I'll play Maria's Call. Do I feel like bringing out the Sunblessed Healer this turn? No, I think I'd rather go for the Get Lost, maybe. No, I think I'll play it. Gives me 3 good attackers for next turn. Also, it's a 5/1 with lifelink. Sunblessed Healer is in this deck because it's a human. It can reanimate my commander. And little guys with lifelink help me beat mono red decks. If only I matched into any mono red aggro. I don't think I matched into any. No, I matched into some mono green and some mono white aggro. And a black aggro deck too, like a vampires one. I'm just like looking at some of the matches I've played. But no Ragavans. No Perforos, no General Creets. Mirari Conjecture. Alright, you get back an instant. Then they get back a sorcery. It's a very, slow way to recur your spells, but if it's what you want, it's what you get. I'll play Invasion of Gobakan. Solve the Equation and Narset's Reversal are both issues for me. And attacks solve the equation to start. Prairie Survivalist, I will have you buff yourself and buff the Solitude. And I could have used Get Lost on this. It's just not something I prioritize that highly based on what's currently in the graveyard. Sure. Untapped and indestructible.
Here we go.
Bolting that in so I can hold up my Get Lost. I'm just out here like, I know what I want to kill. It's you, Tameo. And I have lethal damage coming in this next turn. So I'm wondering if they'll go for the Scrollin' Trolla. She's already dead? Sure, in the story. Yeah, taxing to solve the equation made it so they couldn't just tutor Fog and then Fog. Rampant growth? What are you gonna do? Narcissist reversal it? Yeah, you got nothing. We have lethal on board. We have good protection from a bunch of different spells. GG, Tamio. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing white weenies going wide and doing damage. This deck is pretty fun to pilot because it's mono white aggro. If you like mono white aggro, you'll probably like this deck. The extra tiny bit of human synergy is also really fun, and having this ability to become indestructible gives Kytheon some extra lines of play for just like sitting there, blocking, and paying 3 mana. Not that I would ever do that because I am, let's just say, staunchly determined to attack every single opportunity that I can. I know what I like to do, and what I like to do is damage. I'm an aggro player at heart. Despite the amount of like crime and control you'll see me playing, I like to attack, and Kytheon lets me do that. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description below. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, just as this was a suggested commander, it was just brought to Arena in Pioneer Masters, please let me know. I've also brewed up a couple decks that I haven't recorded Brawl Stars for just because they're not the most powerful decks, so I expect people to be looking for the strong ones first. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.